Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more No Man's Sky. Been quite a while, hasn't it, folks? This game actually does look even better. There's been a couple of patches, actually, since I last played, but honestly, the biggest thing was just first off, work we just got ridiculously busy, and then I got really focused on writing and depressed, and just overall life just got in the way. So, I figured before I wanted to get back into streaming again, the best way to do so would be, well, just jump into something that's always comfortable to me. And No Man's Sky has always been that. So let's in part 1 second. I'll just make sure my audio is still going.
Thermal protection falling.
Okay, froze up. Okay, so my audio is really low. That's what I thought. There. Okay, we can get back to it now. Okay. So, should be plenty audible now. Let me know if I'm not. Either way. Let's see. Well, it's been quite a while since I did any streaming, so for now, just relax. Yeah, hazardous floor. That's what I thought. Okay. Mostly we're just looking to get back to the ship. Let's... Because this is our current base planet. And let's... that by accident. Oh, well. Alright, folks. But yeah, holidays are almost over. I work retail, so of course it's been a miserable slog trying to get through it. The holidays just... people are rude, obnoxious, and desperate to try and do whatever they can to avoid personal responsibility of, well, I waited too late to do stuff. So it's everyone else's fault. Sorry, I keep looking at the yellow marker on the, yeah. I keep looking at that yellow marker thinking it's going to be, something specific, but I think it really does just mark, hazardous flooring. Yeah, we aren't too far in this game because, yeah. I know, because I'm still using the basic ship, so must be like one of my first bases. I don't really remember how far I was, but... yeah.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So yeah. Solar generator is up. Okay, so which quest? So let's jump in our ship. Which quest are we on? Wrong menu. Okay, so base computer, track a black hole. Like that. Okay. Main one, alone amidst the stars, which is that. Reach the long distance transmitter. Space anomaly. Search for Artemis. Oh! Oh god. Night and day. But then I enjoyed the original launch, but the game is night and day different. I'll say better, as in overall it's more... they've definitely adjusted things and made the game more playable. And made the game more amusing. Like, for example, to give an easy example, one of the ways to earn money in this game is to scan creatures, to catalog them into the system to be uploaded into the server. Okay, you find an item, plant, scan it. I get $500 for it. This counts for every plant, mineral, and animal. Okay. And the green pause you see, it's tagged with your name. When you go to upload it, over here in Discoveries, like for example, this creature, I've scanned all these things. Discovered 3 months ago by me. I was the first to scan this. You upload it. Yep, and everyone... so anytime in the future that you know that someone will find this place, if they happen into this galaxy, my name will be there. But you'll see here, this system was actually discovered 3 years ago by a player named Steve. But he never stopped on this planet I'm on, Unburnt Omega. So because of that, this one is actually mine. But, yeah, so the animals here specifically are mine, but the system itself had been discovered because he just passed through it, more than likely. Oh no, this was actually in the original game. This is based on the blueprint, but what I was going to say is, now one of the things you're able to do is scan these creatures while they're flying. That wasn't actually a feature in the original. It was a feature, but it was almost impossible to do in the original game. So what you would have to do is shoot down the creature, track where its corpse fell, and then scan it on the ground. So that was actually a that was so obviously they've now made it so you can just scan them midair and don't have to. Little things like that. They've made different changes, they've altered materials, chemicals, they've added immense amounts of customization regarding your character. Alright. By the way, Hollow Terminus. Okay, 28 minutes, so let's fly for that. And they've added all sorts of upgrades and new abilities, so yeah, they've definitely improved the game. So, from launch to now, it is a night and day difference. I won't say that everything got better, but they definitely readjusted things for what would be better and more player friendly, while still maintaining and trying to expand on the world and universe that they were trying to build. Because this isn't a game about beating it. That's one thing a lot of people mistake, is this is not a game you beat necessarily. Because I can ruin the entire point of your main first playthrough. Yeah. Yeah. Because I can tell you right now, and it will completely supposedly ruin your first playthrough is. Yeah, no, and that's understandable. Yeah, and there is no finishing it all. Because you know what happens if you. Because the basic stated goal in the game is sort of to get to these eventually, will be to get to the center of the galaxy you're in. Well, no, one of these stated goals will be to get to the center of the galaxy.
Thermal protection falling.
Once you do reach it, I've done it once before. Once you've reached the center of the galaxy, you enter a wormhole. And basically then it resets your ship. You crash on a new galaxy and start your journey over again. The point, like you say, the point of the game is infinite. By the way, I've scanned, right? Yeah. Because the thing about this game is, it's about exploration, and at the end of the day, one of the biggest things is also what is going on in this game? Why is it like this? And the truth of the matter is, you're in a dying system. You're within a system, a computer system that is. Oh, thank you. Sleep well, astrologer. The whole point of this game is to explore the galaxy and. Yep, good morning. And explore. Build, create. Yep. And decide on yourself for what your goals are. For me, this game's always been kind of a. Just something to enjoy. Oh, thank you. Well, see you later, astrologer. Thank you, I'll try. But yeah, because at the end of the day, you're in a system that is actually going to die. In 6 years, 6 centuries, 6 millennia. 6 hours, 6 seconds. Does it matter how long it is? No. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be that. When it all ends and shuts down, it'll end. Alright, and we need to power it up. Yeah, I got this already.
Technology recharge.
Oh.
Technology recharge.
Alright. Alright, so I'm tuned to try to find Artemis. Ooh, spoilers, is the original person who we were supposed the original traveler that was here that we managed to replace by escaping our own galaxy. Yeah. I'm real. Nothing's wrong with the feeling. It's easy to create a better reality when you have to. Your dream. Sorry, I haven't heard another voice in so long, not since I cut the speaker from my exosuit. It said such terrible things. Who are they? Miles through the staff. I'm just like you, a traveler of worlds, aren't you? How can you tell? A red star in a fragile world. I do not understand the shapes within, the whispers. My form scattered to the far reaches of galaxies. I see the stranger's first breath, yearning for the stars. I see myself, slumbering in the crimson void, waiting for the dream of worlds. Darkness, I heard it said. Anomaly detected. Designation, traveler. I showed you just now. It's haunted me since I awoke. You must recognize it too. We are the travelers, discoverer of worlds. From the moment you opened your eyes, you must have known you are not like the others. So did I. Before I became stranded here, I was on a journey to finally meet. Cannot be coincident you found this signal. Tell me, do you still have the data log from the crashed ship? Upload data. I'm alone, on foot, stranded on this sunless world. I even know how your signal is reaching me. It's a ship you found. It belonged to me once. We need to work out where we both are. If you build signal boosters... Okay. Yeah. So now... Yep. So now we build signal boosters to try and figure out where we are. So for a signal booster, I just need some more sodium. Okay. So sodium. Closest source is... Okay, over here. Yep. I'm not seeing anything. So that should be enough to make the signal booster. Okay. Triangulate position.
Navigational data received.
And then pick it up. Alright. So our next location. How far away? Excuse me. Suitable site located off planet. Okay. So now we need to get off the planet. Okay. Artemis is on a sunless world, huh? But it's a big galaxy, so... always wonder if that's actually someone's ship up there. I don't think it is, but it could be. Vigilant Stone. I believe that makes that a mini. Like, you'll get a fossil, but you have to fight a boss. And we're pretty early on, so fighting bosses ain't really worth it. Oh yeah. And for those thinking, well, how many, I'll show you, when we get into space, I'll show you the galaxy map, because that's always the funniest thing about this game to me is the idea, okay, well, I'll just mark a whole big section of the map as mine. People not realizing just how damn big the map is. But yeah, the galaxy map, just to show it off. Like, they modeled an entire actual galaxy in all this. For those curious, we are currently 718,492 light years from the core of the galaxy. Okay? And I can see thousands and thousands of stars, and each one of them is a system of some note. Like, each and every star you're seeing on the map is some kind of system. And each system will have usually 2 to 6, or I think 6 is the highest number of planets. There's probably more, and I've just forgotten. But yeah, there are these huge systems, each with planets and various creatures and species, and like, cataloging it all, seeing it all, yeah, it's impossible. Even if you, as a person, even if you set up an AI to try and catalog everything, it would still, just the amount of time. To find every rock, turn over every rock, plant, animal. But yeah. Thus, and this is just one of, I believe, I'm trying to remember, is it 3 or 4 galaxies you do? Because that's the thing. There are actually 3 galaxies you can explore. 3 or 4. And effectively what you do is the same thing. One is just more peaceful, and the other one is more violent. And then I think it's just 3. There's one, the violent one, the peaceful one, and then the regular one. Yep. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm just taking some time to do some mining, it doesn't hurt. Space mining is just going to always generally be beneficial because you'll need the materials. Because the 3 materials you typically get are either gold, silver, or tritium. All 3 of which are immensely useful. Yep. I'll stop here in a minute, but I just figure get some materials because it'll always come in handy. especially when we start getting our own freighter. Then you'll really start needing this stuff. But then you'll also start doing expeditions and all that, and then that starts being a real good source of income. Because if anything else, one way to measure your progress in the game is probably money. Alright, give me a sec, folks. First time chatter and instant ban. Okay. Whoop. Oh, someone. Okay. 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 There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, and if you just drift in space, what you're hearing, that buzzing sound, is actually someone else mining this area. Trying to see if I can spot him. But yeah, you want to be careful when you do hear that though. Just because you can shoot them and that'll piss off the local police force, basically. Okay, didn't actually exist. Oh, remember me mentioning freighters? Ah, yeah, that's these big ships that you'll see passing through. Freighters can also. Freighters usually come with at least a couple of frigates around, as well as being able to have. Each of these lesser ships are actually a resource material you could pirate if you wanted to. And freighters themselves are actually basically trade hubs. You can shoot the little ship. If you want to risk pissing off and you're confident in yourself to get the materials, yeah, they're cargo pods. It's metal cogs, iron capacitors. But the other thing about freighters is they are trade hubs. So other ships will land and dock with them, so you could trade with other pilots. Or you can meet various others. Aliens, Merchant Elijah here. Alright. Yep. Stairs didn't load. Okay, that's a new one. Okay, so stairs didn't load. But that's what this is for. This brings us to the hub of the airship, and the captain, Admiral Savilar. We can offer to buy the freighter for 10,900,000 units. I have 145,000. It would give us access to a B-class freighter with 17 slots and 10 tech slots. Nope. Alright, so. Yeah, no. So unfortunately, that's going to be a bit out of our price range for the moment. But it is at least worth exploring that that is an option. Alright. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, that was new. Genuinely, that's never happened to me before. The game kind of didn't load. Okay. 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 Getting the hell away from it. For whatever reason, apparently the launch is kind of bugged on that shit, on that freighter, so. It is what it is. Took a little shield damage, it happens. So next we'll be heading to Thor 5. As you can see, was discovered by Steve, the guy who found the system in the first place. He was probably on some quest on his own when he did so. So, yeah. Here we go. And somebody... Oh! Somebody wanted to talk to us. Incoming message. Alright. Needed some help. And we got some nanites out of it. Okay, not the worst. So yeah, we got some free nanites. Yeah, as you travel, random events can happen. Just something to keep you from, getting completely mind-numbing. Like I said, this is where that kind of thing where they found space in the game where nothing was happening, because a lot of this game is empty space. Go figure, it's almost like the universe isn't built for game. Isn't built to be a video game. Alright. And we're entering the planet's atmosphere. Naturally, this game isn't exceptionally realistic about things, but the idea that everything needs to be completely one-to-one realistic has always been kind of weird to me. Like, no. If it's a thematic choice for a purpose that serves to make the game more interesting, I don't think it's that bad to be unrealistic. Like, there can be things that are utterly, breaking of what you would sense is normal, but can be, serve a greater narrative purpose. Alright. And drop here. Alright, firing plans. And while we're here, release our exosuit if we can. Okay, we have what we need. And just need an antimatter housing. Which should be hard to do. Yeah. Perfect. So now we get a free slot. Do we want tech slot or cargo? Yeah, we're early enough in the game. The cargo slot will be fantastic. Okay. So that was just a free one. Signal booster. Triangulate position.
Navigational data received.
Alright.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright. Next one's off planet again, I assume. Yep. And we could stay and explore the planet, maybe build a base. Yeah. We could. It is up to you. Like people say, it's one of those cases where it's completely open. And if you don't like just having a sandbox to play in, well, yeah, no, this game will absolutely be frustrating. Copper, rusted metal, and salt. Doesn't sound like it's that useful, but actually all three of them become real handy at times for production purposes. Ooh, ship's looking a little low.
Technology recharge.
But we've got plenty to keep our ship fueled. Bear in mind, you can still move even when you run out of fuel. What you're running out of fuel for is mostly your high-powered engine. So you'll still be able to pivot, maneuver, and that kind of thing. So don't worry too much about the fuel beyond if you need to get between planets. And even then, you just have to fly in a straight line long enough to be able to the triangulation position. Tech module, huh? Might as well. Yeah, salvage data. Nice. Observatories. Yeah. Busted observatories suck. Just get rid of the living slime. And more minutes. Okay. Yeah, basically, they're overtaken by whatever the hell's going on. Alright.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Yep. Alright. Turn to space to contact Artemis. Yeah, it's not going to be worth trying to get that salvage data. Okay. Alright. Low atmosphere worlds use your resources faster, but they can have a great amount of material wealth in metals and such. Hello. Picture out the heavens, I had no idea what to expect, the beauty, the mystery, the adventure, the danger. Here we are, aren't we? I'll tell us upload your data, let's find it. Alright. So back to where we needed words to start with. Yep. Alright. There we go. Closest one. Yep. That one back on the desert planet. Yep. Apparently I discovered this planet. Huh. Like I said, it's one of those funny, weird things of because there's so many galaxies, people will just hop between them, drop on one planet, grab some fuel, and keep going. So there's always so much more to explore. And could be missed even on your, on someone's first visit. Or they discovered it and didn't upload it, so someone else gets credit. It's one of those things where there's so much to this game. Oh, and normally taking off and landing actually costs fuel, as launch fuel. However, anytime you do so from one of these locations indicated by the circle, basically pre-designated launch areas, you get to take off for free. So, whenever possible, do try to land page. Wait till it turns green and land, and you'll get a free launch. And up we go. It's funny, I'm normally the sort of the person who dislikes first-person games. And generally I still do, but there's just something about the way this game works. Mainly because it's not a gunplay-focused first-person shooter. I think it's what it is. Plus, I can always just switch to third person whenever I want. Right? Hello, Artemis. And go ahead. Here's the data. He sketched the stars, the old pirate way, the old sailor way. Translate through so you can understand what they're saying. You'll need to calibrate it first, but they shall take it. Maybe see you soon. Okay. Artemis translating. We need a microprocessor and some copper. Alright. Oh. Alright, because I've not been on this planet. Okay. Well, let's get down. Right, there's all sorts of little animals and the bugs, birds. Yeah, any red dot you've not scanned. We do need a clear line of sight to it. Alright, that's 5 of 10 species on this planet. Big boy over there. Okay, good for now. So now we need top. Okay, so now I need to make his translated.
Technology installed.
Need a microprocessor and copper. That's here. Take now. It's pyrite deposit. No, we're looking for salt deposit. Copper. Oh, that one's closer. Okay. Oh, and if you're ever curious and you can't really find one of the creatures you're looking for, go into the fauna tab of the planet you're on and look across. So, for like here, The ones we're missing is a rare ground, always active, rare ground, so somewhere on the regular ground, a common flying diurnal, a rare underground, and an extinct that you'll need a fossil for. So, for now, let's just keep going. Relatively peaceful planet. Be sure to scan plants, animals, rocks. 'Cause that's all extra money. And there are actually upgrades you can find that will give you access to, how do I want to put it? Multipliers. That's a good way to say it. Yep. Come here. It's a pirate deposit. Don't get that at the moment. And copper. We need at least 100 and then a microtransfer. So you can't mine this with mining tools. You do need to fully manipulate it. And just go to town. Copper is just generally useful anyway, so it's one of four called stellar materials. Copper is your basic one and can be processed into what they call into a sort of universal multi that will be extremely useful, but don't feel like you need to use all your copper on that immediately. Because there are certain texts that will require amounts of copper itself. All the selling materials, really. But then, there are various ways to get the stellar materials in greater quantities. And in, more permanent upgrades. Because the base building in this game is actually fantastic. Alright. So, we have now on button 566 copper. So, plenty. Alright. So now we just need now we just need to get to our ship and get off this planet. Here you go, guy. You'll be able to do more with the animals later. Unfortunately, this is the kind of game where you really do have so many options that you really just need to make up your mind on what you want to do. But for now, I'll get through the main story. I want to get through some of the main story bits to unlock more of the options we can have overall. So now I need a microprocessor. Easiest way to do that. Oh. News of Artemis did not is another quest for us. Alright, we'll go Let's head to the space station first to pick up that, and then we'll go deal with the anomaly. Let's. So for the micro, we just need to trade outposts, trade shop. Microprocessor.
Product received.
Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright. Speak with aliens. Yep. Yeah, we know how to learn words. Excellent. Oh, trading, there's all sorts of things. Being a merchant. Get away from the space station for a moment. Call the anomaly. So, whoop. Let's go talk to Nada, see what they have to say. Because Nada's kind of the one of the two de facto heads of the area. Tell them about others. Established, but they have. When this word has forgotten. Here it is. It's good to help us if Nada devises posture. Congressman is a traveler, one like you. Nada made them safe. They were known to them. Once we made with a different iteration, another way for artists to be. Hello, we do not acknowledge the rules made of interesting. Alright, so Polo and Nada. And while we're here, we have 2,000 nanites. We can probably do. Well, yeah, we've got some. So let's pick up some. Let's start with our exosuit. Yeah, because. Yeah, this is our exocraft, so we would be able to learn. That's an exocraft. Synthesis laboratory. Improve our multi-tool. Learn 2 buildings. Salvage, large storage, large prefab, small technology. Okay, so this is where. Yeah, the exobay. The problem is, you'll notice the third material is we don't have access to yet, I don't believe. Barathnium is only on certain planets, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, summoning station, system, Nomad Geobay. Minotaur only requires gold. Let's see, yeah. Nautilus, Pilgrim. It requires silver and dihydrogen jelly, so those are relatively easy. And the Colossus, again, Parathnium. So, but it's not really worth learning those just yet. Decoratives. Industrial. These are the ones, yeah. These are your big ones. Okay. So, we already have the generator, the solar, and the electromagnetic.
Item received.
And, of course, then the mineral extractor. Yeah, industrial and agriculture are where you want to put your money first.
Item received.
And the supply pipe.
Item received.
Then we want the supply depot next. I can at least pick. No, it's not worth it. But yeah, once we have. Yeah, I think that'll be the supply depot and the extractor. And another free slot for our exosuit is actually ready. So, no, that does take money. But let's fill in the gaps in our 35,000. Yep. So, exosuit and a multi-tool. Our exosuit is probably the most. Alright. Alright. So we have the base translator. And. It's. Nutrient ingester. Improves the exosuit performance via the automatic various cooked items. Interesting. That's a new one. But we could also just spend to get the extra elemental shielding, so as well as the physical shield. Pressure, yeah. We'll also get the hazmat gauntlet. Yeah, let's get the hazmat gauntlet. Alright, so that'll allow us to harvest more deadly materials eventually when we build it. Personal refiner. And. I mean, we might as well. Pick up the. Yep. Yeah, those shields. That'll just make our exploration easier. And then multi-tool. More importantly than anything. The advanced mining laser we already have. Perfect. So then, do I want the optical drill? Nah, we don't have access to the materials. Waveform recycler for better scanning. Yeah, because I need to fix. Yep. Yeah, because I want to be able to have the survey device, or at least access to building it. Okay. Um, any of the firearms? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not too worried about them just yet. Okay. And synthesis. Components and devices. Components being so we will be able to make our own microprocessors in the future. One of the big ones, the Atlas Pass. Restricted area and outpost systems allowing us, so yeah.
Item received.
I could definitely see that. And we might as well pick up the
Item
microprocessor.
received.
Let's see. Yeah, the other material stuff is all for later. We'll get more production off the ground. Any other recipes that come in? Star Shield battery.
Item received.
Because that helps protect our ship. It gives us basically free refills. Alright. And, well, we won't have access to it, but we might as well spend the moments now while we're here. Yeah, so we can eventually make all 3 Atlas passes. Alright. Alright. And the last few we can put up towards our starship. So let's see. We know how to make launch thrusters, aqua jets. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that was an upgrade. That's actually really good, is aqua jets to allow us to land on and off water. Stability, yeah, that improves the pulsation. Our scanning systems. Hyperdrive, units. Yep. Aqua jets, some laser shielding. And the various firing methods. Yeah, I could see the phase being.
Item received.
Okay. And we'll pick up the ablative arm.
Item received.
Okay. Sweet. So I picked up a bunch of new recipes and potential differences. And then we can work back to the current system. We can actually work back to the space station. And then we just need to talk to a couple of aliens. Because the current log we are on is calibrating the translator. Viking system. The Viking word for the Viking. Alright. West Island Toad. Mystery symbol. Viking word for the. Off planet? Yeah, off planet. Yeah, you have learned 20 words. You are now fluent. You met 10 aliens. Well, according to the quest, we're not quite done. So we'll head to the spot they want us to specifically. I don't know. Just kind of figuring we'll bounce through the story a little bit, then maybe start building up some stuff. I just needed something to relax after one. Oop. Oop. Broken down frigate. Nothing here, I don't believe. I believe these aren't anything. They're just basically something to populate the space. But yeah, in the time that I did stop streaming for a while, I will admit I did also. Part of it was me getting work was getting hectic, and then I got distracted with a couple other things. Local distress signal. There they are. Looks like over here. Yeah. Where are the pirates at? Pirate Master Lay. Alright. Okay. Let's get rid of these pirates. That's one. Okay. Either remain. Got it. Yep. Nice. Okay. No, we're good. Last pirate. There we go. Got it.
Hostile ships deleted.
Alright. And emergency communications. Friend, come to. Alright. So now they'll want us.
Navigational data received.
Yep. They want us to get on the frigate. They're freighter. And this is, of course, a scripted situation wherein a vessel ends up in danger and you rescue it. Because this is how you get your first freighter. I mean, you could always buy it, but that's saving up a lot of money. Because remember, a cheap one is usually about 5-6 million. Okay, there's some glitch that the stairs ain't working on it for whatever reason. Oh well, that's why they gave you the teleporter. Hey, Captain. Admirals? Oh, settle our again. Alright. Alright. So obviously they're going to start you out with a C class. 17 slots, 10 tech. Sure. Alright. So now, manage fleet. We just have a combat specialist. Thirsty crew, +1 cost per warp. Alright. It's navigator. Oh, okay. So if we wanted to do a combat patrol, yep. And basically, the difficulty rating shows you what they're going to encounter, and then focuses what they're going to mainly encounter. Combat, an interstellar frigate, and it's going to cost 50 tons of fuel. I don't have 50 tons of fuel. So, could we make 50 tons? Well, we don't know the formula for it. That's where the upgrade base parts. Yep, 50 tons. And we don't have a salvage frigate model. Build a base. Yep, here we go. So the other thing we need to do actually have a weapons terminal here. Build a command room. So what we need, fleet command room. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Log. Plot an expedition. I don't have the fuel. Yeah. Yep. I don't have any way to assign one. So until I have the ability to make the fuel, we're kind of shit out of luck on this one, boys and girls. But yeah, the other thing is you can make bases in there, and some stuff does stuff. Some things are only cosmetic. Like here, this is pretty much just cosmetic. So same with most of these. Yep. Weapon racks. Okay. So yeah. A galactic trade room. Need 2 microprocessors. Make another. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, carbon nanotube. Alright. So a galactic trade room. Because this allows us to trade here on the ship. And we can see that we can get decrypt user data, trade good. It's much cheaper here. Star Silk, all relatively cheap. But now we can also purchase microprocessors, salt, pure ferrite, yeah, just basic supplies. As well as sell, of course. Speaking of, I do have some bones that we picked up.
Units received.
Yep. And plated rib cage, 72,000.
Units received.
There we go. That puts us up to 200,000. Okay. But yeah. Oh, and there are various things. You can get bio rooms, industrial room, storage, orbital exocraft materializer, which would be nice. Stellar extraction room, yeah, for materials. Appearance modifier, teleport chamber, paint, yeah, and then the fuel I need. Yeah. Yeah, what we can do at the moment. Oh, and if you talk to the Admiral, engage singularity engine, not installed. Huh, that must be new. But yeah, as you can see, we do have some materials on the ship. Gold, silver. Okay. Basically from breaking down the runes. And you can engage the ship's warp engine to drop where you need to. But yeah. I'm not able to do any expeditions at the moment, so yeah. Making money. Construction, set fossil displays. Yeah. Okay. But we now have a freighter, and that'll come in handy in the long term. And the Reaper, the Boundary Walker. I forgot that I put that as my title. Okay, so back to what we were working on, which was Artemis's quest. So, yeah, we now have our own freighter. And it'll come in handy. Yeah. Okay. Back to where we were headed in the first place. Large ship proximity. Have to get away from. There we go. Oh, and if you're ever wondering to tip or flip your ship is L1 and R1, just real comfortable. Yeah, this game is really made to be just as comfortable as possible. Approximate location. Base. Yeah, there's the base. Okay. Yep. Yeah, at least this is a free landing. Okay. Okay. And that's... Huh. This is just an observatory. Look.
Thermal protection falling.
We'll have to see where they wanted us to actually go. Because again, it's a free launch from that base, so don't have to worry about fuel at least. But yeah. Not too bad. Rusted metal, which does turn into ferrite dust at a pretty favorable rate, so. Spacing. Hey, another free microprocessor. Yeah. And it just landed, didn't have to. I don't know. Did take it to shift, but there's just something satisfying.
Technology recharge.
Just need to leave. Well, alright. More frigates. And as you can see, frigates, because these are actually frigates, I believe, of a freighter, so they're just passing through doing whatever tasks they need. Like, yeah, those are some of the combat ones, and it's really cool to see. Here we go. So there's an alien in this place, and one we can theoretically talk to. And test out the transit, because you know the main hub wasn't a guarantee.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Friend, I keep getting it. Okay. Okay. So we learned that, and we learned a new location. Weapon terminal. Alright, it's a B-class gun with... Alright. A whole lot more slots. Compared with our current multi-tool, we would need 3.7 million. Our current one is a C-class with 8 slots versus the 28 slot B. So yeah, night and day, really. Also in merchant here. Components if you need them. And we could have, I believe, not unique blueprints, but extras. Yeah, but a lot of these I already have. And the bolt caster for 90 short.
Item received.
Okay. Recipe. Alright. And use the planetary chart to locate an ancient relic. Alright. Let's see. How far away is it? Off planet? Nope, 9 hours away by foot. Which should tell you exactly what you should do. Let's just head back to your ship and fly over here.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright. Well. Oh.
Units received.
Yeah, I don't know. On some levels, I feel like this would almost be an ideal job for me. Don't have to deal with people and just out there exploring the universe. Seeing what's out there. Survey. But even I grow lonely eventually, so I really want to actually have some people around. Maybe just a good team. People I can trust. It's obviously surveying would never be just a one-person job. Let's see, it was 9 hours by foot, 20 minutes by flight. In atmosphere. Right. It's over here. There we go. Yep. Hopefully this translator will work and we'll get some new information. But it has been quite a while since I played this game, so it's all feeling fresh. This time, let's see what we can get. Alright. 66%. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I just need a knowledge thing. Okay, they're just explaining that. My bad. Knowledge stone. There it is. If that's the ancient flag. There we go.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, but nothing. So yeah. Just kind of walking through. I blinked, sorry. Yeah. Oh, man. So it says. Hello. Anyway, back to the ship. Almost there. Oh. Large outpost detected. That's what we want to do. Maybe there's somebody there who will talk to us like a rational person. Did I blink? I blinked again. Yep. Once again, back to flying back to our objectives. Potential assistance is here. Only potential, not a guarantee. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm getting. Yeah, I'm starting to get sleepy. It's getting midday. I've been up since like 5 a.m., so. Potential assistance. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Okay, found it. Oh, I was right next to it. Okay. Okay. Oh well, it hadn't popped in. Oh. Let's see.
Thermal protection falling.
Indeed. Oh, man. And what we're looking at here is actually a trade hub. I don't know. 8 stars on the running, so that's kind of the given. That's just going to happen naturally. All right. Hey, can you help me? Gekya, no. Meeting him over with some affection, maybe bittersweet nostalgia. Gek symbol. Gek Federation. How about you? Trade? Alright. No, you're the one with stuff. Transaction with beings under credit history. Alright. There we go. So now we'll be able to get mission boards and start doing missions for people. Alright. Oh, and we can obviously trade with any of the parked ships, but we can also call our ship. You may notice I have not even begun to look at bargaining for ships. Oh, that's because the game has actually expanded since launch to include the ability to craft, as well as be able to trade ships, as well as find crash points you can work on. So, visit the mission board back on the space station. And yeah, now we're getting into opening up the real part of the game where, you know, you start doing missions. Abandoned vessels. Ah. Reject their lives, follow to freedom. It's abandoned. We take it. Doesn't look like it. No. Kind of sad. Well, either way, we were headed to the space station. Gotta get to the other side to actually get inside. And let the docking beam do its work. Okay. So, under Rebel Star, way too many. Oh yeah, we have so many missions we can do. And you'll end up with that. Okay. So, do missions for the Gek. Alright. So, local missions for the system. Deliver an item for collect 250 uranium. Kill 3 sentinels, kill 11 creatures. Okay, definitely just do the deliver. And what do? Yeah. Okay. To the secure depot. So go to the log, heavy payload. Alright, notice there's no marker. That's because the system we have to do, it's in a different system. And our hyperdrive has no fuel. Okay. So I need more chromatic metal. Okay. So I need a refiner. Okay. Which means I should go to Aksha base.
Hostile scan detected.
Yeah. Hostile pirates coming.
Warning.
Yeah.
Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Alright. Here they come. Alright, let's do this. Oh, right. I forgot our frigate will help. If they're in the same system as me, your frigate will actually come to help, if I'm not mistaken. Which... There we go. Come on. Yep. Got it.
Hostile ships defeated.
Nice. Okay. So back to going to auction base. Okay. Alright, I'll be there shortly. And, oop. That was a hell of a landing. Well, that's what I get from looking away from the screen for a second. Okay. Well, life support's at 50%.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So I should have a refiner in auction base. Indeed. Okay. process the accumulated. Where is it? Copper. Yep. Anyway. Okay. So then make antimatter case. Okay, so making some antimatter. That's safe. Okay. And then fuel. Warp cells. Okay. There we go. So we'll be able to warp to, from, and then out again if we need to. Alright. Pulse engine, refuel.
Technology recharge.
And the hyperdrive. There it is.
Technology recharge.
Alright. And nothing left in the launch thrusters. Alright. Oh, I just need to make a plating.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Okay, so now we can finally get back to doing the deck mission. Ah. Warping to a new system. Right.
Hostile scan detected.
Of course, the second we arrive. Yay, dusty planets. Alright. Well, bring it.
Warning. Threat detected.
Yeah.
Hostile ships approaching.
I'm fine with it. Bring it on. How big of a fleet you got? Gotcha. Goodbye. Just the one pirate?
Hostile ships defeated.
Anyway. Nice try. Alright. There's salvageable scrap, so it may be worth taking a few minutes to sit on this planet. Maybe worth taking a few minutes to sit on this planet. Dead waste. Terminal access. Limited item. This is the least hospitable planet we've come across thus far. Okay. That's restored. Well, let's see. If we wanted to build the heat shield, I just need phosphorus and copper. Fire pigs. Alright. Yeah, there are plenty of salvage containers. Sodium. Yeah, why not? Spend a little time. Yeah, right now we're in the middle of a storm, but... Oh. I hit the ladder.
Thermal protection falling.
Sure.
Units received.
Slowly.
Technology recharging.
Okay.
Thermal protection falling.
Ow. Screw you, whip plant.
Units received.
Technology module. Nice. Subterranean relics, which aren't that useful.
Units received.
Yep.
Units received.
Yep. Scan materials.
Units received. Thermal protection falling.
This is a new planet, so all sorts of
Units received. Units received. Units received.
evidence for deposits.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright. That's the last of the sodium. Hydrogen. Oxygen.
clearing.
Okay.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Okay, so this planet is just really, really dry. It's not actually hot. Oh, no, never mind. Now it's really, really cold because it's the desert at night. And I can't resist. Sorry, folks, about stopping. I can't resist flirting. What can I say? There's some people that just make your heart throb. Screw you, Whiplet. Yes, I've said that this entire game since it came out. Screw you, Whiplet. Salvage containers. And just put enough material around it so I can see it. Then recharge it with the ferrite dust, which is always going to be the thing you have the most of. Alright. Flatten, restore, mine. Okay. Yep. Casings. And the actual salvage container. Intact torpor. Artifact. Nice. Salvage scrap.
Units received.
Let's see. That one's 539. Another unknown building.
Units received.
598. Yep. So yeah. Alright. And yeah, we're just kind of walking along. I think one of our next major upgrades that we want to focus on will probably be improving our mining route. Yeah, so that we can start getting some of the larger, the larger stuff. Because yeah, pick up some extra money off the salvage containers. Would be bad.
Units received.
Oh, little turtle-like things. That's 5 of 8 species already. Huh. Yeah. I think filling up our... Oh wow, we're almost full as is. Well, there we go. Suit recharged. Oh yeah, 'cause you can use food to fill it. You don't have to use oxygen. You can use food to fill up your life support, so... So you're not necessarily completely inorganic. what the player character is actually
Weather
Malibu.
warning. Incoming storm.
Uh, okay, so this planet must be have frequent firestorms. Well, that sucks, but it isn't the worst. Again, the biggest thing is the salvage containers are really good
Thermal
potential money.
protection falling.
There is there are some rocks that have trace amounts of sodium. And this planet being so rocky, because yeah, the two main upgrades we really would prefer if we're going to start building ourselves out, and start looking for a long term, is the advanced mining laser and yeah, like that's 2,000. The Tech Torker is actually worth 2 million. You know, right? The other one close by. Tech modules, organic rocks.
Thermal protection falling.
Yes, yes.
Technology recharge.
I can always summon our ship to just hide in there.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, that's it. It's not far. And of course, it's right next to. There we go.
Units received.
That's what, 6 out of 8? That's checking discoveries on this planet, 6 of 8. Okay, flying and so 1 flying and 1 on the ground. So, okay. So it's not as if we'd be hard pressed to find them.
Thermal protection falling.
They're simply rare, so it's a matter more of time. There we go. Another flyer. Oh. There we go. There's the flyer.
Units received.
So yeah, last one's just on the ground somewhere.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah.
Technology recharge.
Sodium nearby, yes. Sodium rich plants. Organic rock.
Thermal protection falling.
There we go.
Technology recharge.
Yep. So. Yep. Get this way. Yeah.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Sweet. So we'll be fine. For a bit. Oh,
Temperature levels stabilizing.
okay. It's close. There's the last creature. What do you... Yep, you're it.
Units received.
That's all 8 species. Okay, back to the salvage container. Yep, we should be able to finish that one off, and then we'll leave. So yeah. Oh, and if you're ever curious, when you discover all the, you get a 2,000 nanite bonus. So that's worth it. That's an extra 2. So that's 2,000 nanites, so yeah. That's a lot more upgrades we can unlock. And they want you to do it for the... They do want you to do it 10 times at least. But yeah, this planet is pretty rocky. Pretty rough and rocky, but... Oh, wow. Gold metal fingers. Okay. Well, let's get the salvage container first. Just clear the area out so I can see it. And our final container is a rare item. Wow. 2 intact processors. Projectile ammunition. Okay. Let's get rid of... the rest of it. That's fine. Alright. Metal finger is uranium. Gold. Alright. Now, the problem with the metal fingers are, they are extremely slow to harvest. So a weak gun is only going to make it A, take longer, and B, harder to do. So yeah, we just... Yeah, if you spot these, they're usually worth it. That's why they're a 3-star. Oh. Let's see. Oh! Oh! I just realized what this all is. Oh, these are all part... Oh, that's how you find parts for it. Okay. Now let me get rid of this for the time being. Oh, it just occurred to me what we were picking up. Those are parts for a... to build your ship. That's, 200 uranium. Oh, man. There we go. Nice. Okay. So yeah. Now we can get out of here. Let's find a clear spot to land the ship. Perfect. And let's get out of here. Yeah. You can just go away. Perfect. Yeah. I didn't realize what we were picking up. These are salvage parts that'll... Yeah. So the main living area for the Corvette-class starship, providing space... Oh. Okay. Okay, so we could actually make a Corvette, or at least get most of the way to a Corvette. Alright. Now, that gives us all the more reason to go to the local space station. Which is over here. Yep. Oh, and each space station's design is actually dictated by the dominant race of that. So whether the Viking have one style, I think they're the orbs. Gek are more square, and then the triangle is the Corvettes. Pretty sure that's the way that works. Well, either way. So drop off this mission.
Units received.
The other thing we can do is build Starship Fabricator. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, so fuselage. Corvette workshop cache. Oh, I thought you could only do a. Apparently not. Okay. So, Corvette assembly. Spoke Starship assemble piece by piece from individual workshop. A number of basic modules compared to Corvette workshop, more advanced modules, salvage containers. I already have. So can I go to the system I need to? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Okay. Corvette modules. Need to go. Where? Oh, it's the one upstairs. Right, okay, that's what threw me. Oh, it's up. God damn it. Okay. I'm like, why am I missing it? Because I remember it's like on every space station. Space station. I couldn't remember why. Yeah, it's over here. Create new Corvettes. Okay. Purchase trade advancement. Okay. Okay. Workshop. Okay. Purchase modules. Okay, so 1.6, 1.4, 2, 1.7, 1.2. Okay. Okay. So I need to first sell off the salvage item. Because basically what I have right now is the salvage parts I found. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the intact torquer,
Units received.
intact processor.
Units received.
Okay. Engine cover rim. Relay joint.
Units received. Units received.
Okay. Okay, and we are at 5.9 million. So let's see how close that gets to making our own port. Yep. And you only need to get 2.3 million to get that done. Basic, so I need a Thunderbird. That's half module.
Product received.
And the cockpit.
Product received.
And landing gear 2.
Product received.
Sublight thrusters.
Product received.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So yeah, we can sell off the rest of the salvage parts, and we'll go from there. Okay. The cockpit walkway, diffuser rim I don't need.
Units received.
That's wing module.
Units received.
Phase beam array. Yeah.
Units received.
Cargo loop. Yep.
Units received.
Argonaut airfoil.
Units received.
Okay. I need a sublight thruster. Okay.
Product received.
Medusa class reactor. Okay, that's the 1.7. Okay. Okay, so that's the last thing I need for the 1.7. And I'm at 1. Okay. Anything else I can sell? Anything else? Cockpit walkway. The gold, it's only 50,000. Colossal shrimp. Whispering bonefish. Alright. Actually, since the trade goods are so cheap, let's shell. Yeah, that's probably. Right. You get that at 15%. Industrial battery. Oh, what the hell? Let's see. For the million.
Product received.
Oh, you fill up my inventory? Yeah. No. Oh, I'm down to 249, so I can't do that. And this is the cheapest, so 44,000. So, yeah. 30,000 worth of. Nah. Okay. And let's pop to previous system we were in. Ah. We can sell the Omic Gel here. For mostly a loss. Let's see. Well, we can head back to here. fine. Stop blinking. Gel. God, it's even less here. Okay. Let's see. What do we want? Spark the compressor.
Units received.
Okay. Let's see. Right. Let's see. And check our ship. See if that'll have any price. Alright. Nope, even worse. Jesus. Alright. And it may just be worth doing some system hopping. Well, we also want to go to our okay, back on the space station on here anyway. Oh, I didn't realize it was that far away. Oh well, I'll just have to make it work. Alright, engine's good. Search for nearby events. Oh, economy scanner. Interesting. So the economy scanner can get trigger events too. Wow, they just keep making things better and better in this game. They really do. Alright. Oh no, so the Gek are the round guys who do the round space stations. Oh. We need to do another Gek mission anyway, so let's see what they want us to do. Alright. Alright, what's the other Gek mission you got for me? Kill 12 creatures. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to do it. 11 creatures. For a mercenary mission. Okay. So, just pick a planet. And kill stuff on it. Bases to work from. There we go. Unknown building. Hopefully it's got a free land to take off. It's just a scanner location. next one. Because, yeah, scanning from while in the ship will enable you to identify what kind of bases you're looking at. That's a supply depot for the Sentinels, so if I wanted to fight the Sentinels, that'd be fine. Just looking. It don't have to, but it's always nice to try and get the free launch. Plus, it lets you see if there's any interesting buildings that might come in handy. And just a random shelter. So, just some guys hiding out. Equivalent of their, like, fishing spot. You know, intergalactic fishing spots. Here we go. This looks like something. An observatory of some kind? Okay. Hello. Trade looks weak, but they have a cunning air about them. They spin a data pad towards you, see them selling multi-tool components. Uh-huh. You know what? Why not? I'll pay the full. Yeah, scanner and module A. I'll actually take that. That is actually fan-fucking-tastic. Yep. 'Cause that increases the... Oh, yeah. So that actually increases the analysis rewards for fauna by 5,000% and 8,000% for for fauna and minerals. Alright. Got the Keck Observatory. Oh, fuck you. Okay, so if one has been... See, the problem is with this, basically you're looking for a pattern. Normally it's 4 different numbers. In this case, what pattern haven't they been in? I'm going to say 2112. Nope, I was wrong. Yeah. Oh well. Still, we did get something really beneficial, so now if we scan minerals, like scanning flora,
Units received.
there we go. That's 8 of 10 species here. Okay. But more importantly,
Now protection falling.
okay, kill the creatures, because that's what we're here for, is to kill the things. So, we don't actually have an official gun on our weapon. Yeah, we don't have what we need for a gun. Yeah, I need glass and a wiring. But the mining beam works. Does damage, so... Alright. It just does it a lot slower. Alright. So... Yep, we've been asked to kill the fauna, so that's what we shall do. Yep. Unfortunately, that's the job we're tasked with, so get the standing, do the work. Trust me, I wish we had a better weapon, but we have what we have. Yep. We're at 4. Yep. And yes, the airborns count, but hitting them is kind of a pain in the ass, so I suggest you stick with the ground-based ones. That's 8. There you go. The funny part is, there was actually a point in the game early on. They had a special addition to your weapon you could craft called the combat visor for the combat lens for your mining tool, which turned it into a better weapon than actually, which actually turned it into a better weapon than any other. They had to get rid of it because it was way too good. Which is still the funniest thing to me is that I remember it because it did more damage and was better than every other weapon in the game because of how consistent the laser beam is. Right. I feel terrible killing the little tiny things, but right. Right. Yeah.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah. Solve that one. I think I need to kill one more. And that would be the 12th. So we're good. By the way, every now and then you'll come across these clusters of oxygen-rich plants. Eh, it's just a free fill-up, so you might as well. Just hold the square button and walk through. Because you're never going to not need oxygen. Right. That's both jobs done. Yep. So, yeah, we'll just summon the ship to us. Yep. Explore some plants. So hand it off. All right. Okay. Well, let's go get paid. You. All right. Okay. Upgrade shards. Okay. And from there, through. All right. So now we need to go that fight with the kid. Oh, it just teleports. Oh, these ones just teleport you to this. Okay, Corvette. Okay. And in the meantime, visited this one. Exosuit upgrades. Okay. Multi-tool. Yeah, how would... Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. It's a C class, but it has... What are we looking? 1.7 million for exchange. So that would get us... Okay. If I wanted to do that... It's okay. Alright. Okay. So if I wanted to do salvage data, streamline ship.
Units received.
The salvage data from 27 actually.
Units received.
And medium chunks I don't care about.
Units
More
received.
dice.
Units received.
Projectile ammunition I don't have a use for yet. Could just drop the
Units received.
Okay. I think it's going to be worth it just to get a new multi-tool. I think it's worth it, because even if it's only a C class, this at least has enough extra slots that we'll have. Yeah, and it does have a powered slot, so prepare. So yeah. So I could take... Okay, before I do that, right, you have to multi-tool. Store technology, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so, store technology. The analysis visor, I don't know if I'll need it, but we'll take it out anyway. Brain manipulator, same thing. And genome scope. And scope. Okay. Because that actually does not affect the value of the multi-tool. So that we can compare. Yeah. The cost of the multi-tool is based purely and only on its class and how many slots. So in this case, we can just exchange it straight and then just throw the upgrades we have right in. So I can do you. There, so the mining beam is supercharged and has the brilliant output. Then analysis already installed, so we can get rid of that. Brain manipulator, of course. I'll need to fill it back up, but that's nothing.
Technology recharge.
And the genome scope. Nice. Analysis visor, yeah, this side. And of course the scanner. But that already has. Okay. Sorry about that. But, okay. So, with that, we now have a new multi-tool with plenty of more slots that we'll be able to fill in. Well, while we're here, hermetic seal, okay, wiring looms. Because wiring looms are going to be the expensive part. Yeah. Survey device is also magnetic resonance. Yeah, survey device is one of the big, but honestly, just getting the advanced would be enough. So, 2 wiring looms, hermetic seal, and carbon nanotube. Okay. Two wiring looms. Yeah. Let's see. Probably UAV could do it.
Units received.
Yeah. Yeah. The defense ship. I don't really use those.
Received.
Okay. So, 2. Yeah, so 2 wiring looms would be the expensive bit.
Product received.
Okay. Carbon nanotubes I can make. Okay, I'm just out of a... Okay, that's not a huge deal. I have enough, yeah, regular carbon. I can do that. And... what's the other parts?
Technology installed.
Okay. Hermetic seal. Seals. Okay. Carbon. Okay. We can teleport basically to our base and deal with that. Yeah, so yeah, just to move my bases. Take a half second to get more carbon. And of course I picked the base that's on there. Oh, caster. Oxygen. Right. Thankfully, filling. Dust and carbon. Okay. Literally all of it. Okay. So carbon nanotube. Oh, hermetic seal. Okay. And there we go. The advanced mining laser is ours. Perfect. So we are now able to mine just about whatever the hell we please. Which is fantastic for crystal farming and materials. Yep. Rusted metal, salt, floating crystals. Yeah, let's try it. Let's test how good our mining crystal is. Because these floating crystals are actually fairly tough to.
Technology recharge.
Yep. I got plenty of these. Alright. Yeah. The hydrogen. And of course, it's right next to a sleeping egg, but we'll deal. Uh, Alright. Now it's time to see how it holds up. Are we strong enough to pop these floating crystals? Looking like it. Glowing mineral. Alright. And they can be analyzed to broken down into magno gold. And both of these are worth a fairly decent amount of material. Nice. Okay. And I did see a sodium crystal somewhere over here, right? I saw a big sodium crystal. I don't see a big. Okay, maybe it was. That says sodium rich minerals. No. Okay. Oh wow, there's a big chunk of sodium over there. I might have to stop by and grab that in. But I just want to see because we did get this huge chunk of large crystals here. So yeah, the hydrogen crystals requires the advance. We weren't able to mine these before. Really. That's carbon. Yeah, you get a good 40, 50 out of each one. So that's real nice. Yeah, and then I see this nice big patch of sodium plants, and we'll call it good. Overall, yep, that's an egg. Leave the eggs alone. But yeah, sodium helping, because we'd spent so much on the one plant. Perfect. Alright, folks. And crystal fragments. Hydrogen. Sweet. So, a successful trip. Just avoid the egg. Exports at 35%. Luckily, we get so much here that it's... Yep. I just look forward to when we can move this base and set up a... get to build a survey and start building proper mines. Yep. And... Scatter blast. Oh, that's a scatter blast. Okay, that's why I'm hanging on to it, because it's for the shotgun. Which is the weapon I prefer. Like, if I'm gonna have any other projectile...
Support power low.
Yes, yes.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So overall, we got a little stronger, got a little better. Let's try to think where we need to go. Return and ask the alien life form. It's in this system, right? Yep. So let's go continue Artemis's quest. Atmospheric interference. There's barely any, but it's still enough to fuck with you. So, into space. But yeah, folks, just hopping and bopping around, getting jobs done. Yep. Alright, what are you looking to trade? I don't have any metal plating on me. I could make some. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I could make some if you'd given me a second. Oh well. Okay. Standing has improved. Let's see what they'll talk to us. And yeah, there are some very... One of the next things I'd love to upgrade is our ship. But that'll come in time. Alright, 10 minutes. And the gas is put forth is unclear fire. Resist the gas. Now, required units of information. Please understand. Resist the gas. Reading without units I could forgive, but demand for information. Alright, well, I'll continue to resist the gas. I try to resist smelling their gas. Offer units for information. Alright. Reason perfect. Please establish. Okay. And walking in front of me. Got it. That's a fixation of the state. Okay, so star chart is wrong. Good sprays to bring Artemis the news. And let's see. There you are. It's like a star today, when so far I think those stars did not exist. How did you get there? How did... Oh, the word's almost in the glass of the screen. Nothing. Yep, I discovered a glitch to a portal. While I was still inside, I found the place in the darkness. I can see their faces, I can see the seeds of glass within them. Gone, data fragment within the trip. Okay. Travelers, I didn't... 16, warn your face. Please, not yet. I'm not... All I hear is static Apollo. Right. Reuse of Artemis. So bring up to Nada. See if he knows this Apollo. And of course, much like every space station, here in the space anomaly you can do special jobs as well. And I don't know, I think I'll feel like doing it. Portal. Until now, we failed to understand his location and explain the strange messages about slips between worlds into the data vault. Our home never knew spaces, but these holes are stable, small. Now it's worried trying to crack the continuation could not widen and not help us. Say they did. Oh, it was like still. The epic crimson is the work of the Atlas Pulse. Other Korvax say daily. The Atlas Pulse entity hunts Nada, but traveling. Okay. Going for black holes and Atlas stations. And healing the supply nanites. Alright. Just devices to be understood, copy, advanced. Okay. Well, while we're here, let's see. I did sell my. So let's signal synthesis. Solar mirror. I could get what hypercore. What's the new? Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, it's about the same. Tool research. Anything else we really need immediately? Nah. Optical drill, the fishing rig. That's still funny, but and that's 50. Yeah, 'cause that's yeah. Optical drill. Oh, I was just say. Let's see. What could we build that we, with what we have? Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Okay, that's at least something. Search upgrades and nah. Grade rockets. Yeah. I could at least do the personal refinement. Yeah, because that'll just come in handy. Oh, I do have some salvage, but not enough for what we need. And anything on starships that I particularly need. Pulse drive fuel efficiency. The scanners. The economic one I could do. Okay, so that one I can definitely get. Okay, and we could probably get the first cadmium. Anything else? You know what? I'll pick up aqua jets and is the auto charger we wouldn't be able to do. Huh? Hmm. Infra knife is pretty good, but explosion. Yeah, just get us the aqua jets for now. Okay. Yeah, because we're a bit far. Okay. So, yeah, we can have to pick that for that. Okay. Locate and activate the hollow terminus. Search for the Artemis and Mysterious Apollo. Locate the Atlas interface. Yeah. And build up. Okay. But I think we're going to call it here. I'm going to go make some food. relax and maybe back more. But either way, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One. It's nice to be back, and I look forward to sharing more adventures with you all next time. So, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.